Hey, I'm Ian from Distributional. We are going to show you a demo of our product, which is Analytics for AI, running on logs coming from an example outing agent. So in particular, we're going to show you how within the product you can understand the cost, quality, speed, and usage of your agents. You can identify issues in your production logs. You can take steps to track those issues, and then ultimately confirm that your next deployment fixes or addresses them. So by agent, we mean an LLM that uses tools to achieve a goal. In this example, the agent takes outing requests from a user and produces options or suggestions. Where distributional comes in is sort of on top of your production log. So an agent like that would be deployed, and every request that your hundreds, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of users are making every day are stored in your logs. You send those logs to distributional, and the product helps you discover, investigate, and track what you need to decide what to build and fix in your product next. So distributional operates on fundamentally large batches of your production logs. Every day, you'll either send a large collection of logs to the product, or we will collate traces that you've sent over the entire day and summarize them for you. Each individual log can be viewed in the logs page, and so you can see specific examples where in this app the user is making requests. Each one of these you can expand, understand, input, output, various other metadata, and information around each specific request. You can understand roughly some of the timing and even see things in a session if the user is making multi-turn interactions with your agent. So this is good, this is important to see, but ultimately this is pretty hard to reason about at a higher level. What are the trends in my agent usage with respect to cost, quality, and speed? How do I start to quickly get a handle on that? You can go to the dashboard to see some of this high-level information quickly summarized via trend lines, charts, and summary stats as you publish more and more production data to the product day over day. So after you've shared 7 days worth of production logs with distributional, the product is capable of surfacing insights. The insights are a collection of information meant to help you understand if there are issues or changes with respect to quality, cost, or speed in your agent. So in this example, after 7 days, we see one of the insights is a quality impacting insight, and the product has flagged this as a high severity segment of our logs. So we can explore those logs concretely to inspect the collection of logs that the insight has flagged for review. So the insight mentioned these answers being irrelevant, so why don't we take a look at a few of them. In particular, one that sort of jumps out to me is this example where a user is asking for a streetcar outing around Toronto, and it looks like the output of the agent is producing some information around New York City. So this seems like a pretty big problem. Obviously, the contract of this agent is meant to give you local relevant outing spots. If that's not being adhered to, that's a pretty big quality issue that we'd like to address. So we can take steps to track with a little more specificity how often this is happening by creating a metric. It's particularly in service to quantify how often this is happening. So the product allows you to design custom LLM as judge metrics where you can write a prompt, reference some of the column data in your logs, and ultimately produce classes or scores to help quantify how often this is happening. And when you create a metric like that, you can view them here. So we can see that this geolocation adherence metric, is flagging a substantial population of the logs, somewhere between, in the double-digit percentage of your logs are deemed to have this issue. So that's a big problem. So now you have some confidence that this issue is present. You want to go back to the development part of the life cycle to make a change to your app so that this issue isn't impacting your users. In this particular case, it actually stemmed from the system prompt having some New York City examples, which I guess bias this particular LLM to sometimes return, egregiously wrong locations. You make that fix, you deploy, and then you'll see within distributional this issue go away. And that's really the core value of using an analytic solution, is understanding the trends and state of your agent, identifying issues, and then confirming that the changes you make do address or fix the problems you're seeing.